That's sweet. I'm pretty low on cheddar coin. Wait, by the way, why is it called cheddar coin? I mean, I don't, it's probably not called cheddar coin. I've been calling it that. But why do the coins have little pictures of cheese on them? It's the fist. It's the riot fist. Wait, what? No, it's a piece of cheese. Are you serious? I'm trying to like examine this. It's a triangular block of cheese with a little piece that's been cut off already. This is some kind of like one of those optical illusion shits. Look at this. Dude, this is totally cheese. Listen, I've been to Riot. Their logo, it has like, it actually does kind of look like their logo. It's actually blind. It's always gonna be a block of cheese for me, guys. I've been calling it cheese for the past 3 months. Why hasn't anyone corrected me? And we've got the weekly vault ready to claim. Max level. Level 13 weekly vault. Okay, we got an expedition token. This token is basically worth nothing. It's worth human money. Human money is on the... like, human money. Imagine investing in human money in the year of our Lord, 2020. The expedition token is worth 3 human dollars, but it's worth 0 Runeterra dollars. It's worth 0 Runeterra dollars. It's just, it's literally useless. What am I gonna do with human dollars? What exchange for goods and services? Not all goods, not all services. Human dollars. Okay. Draft token. Yeah, sure. Okay. Got 4 wild cards. That's all right so far. We got Boom Crew rookie. Crowd favorite. These are actual cards that go in decks. Rummage, that's sort of a card, and I don't know what this is, but like, you know, let's go. Okay. Ooh. Yeah, you bet I'll get excited. Let's go. 600 shards. Payday. We haven't really gotten anything actually good yet, though. Oh, that's a lot of tall tales. Nice pack. Okay. Green Glade duo into shards. We got atrocity. A couple atrocities. Okay. Hype's dying down slowly. 15 shards here. Got a might. That's playable. Brittle Steel, technically playable at the 3rd. Warden's Prey, almost playable. We're getting a lot of common wild cards. You know, this is actually okay. Glory Seeker is a pretty sweet card. It's a rare. It's very playable. Von Yip is actually playable. No epics. Was that it? Oh, I've got 2,000 shards. That's 2/3 of a champ, guys. I had 2 champs in mind. You had 2 champs. Are you guys I'm basically 1/8 gay. Like, god damn it. Well, at least there's always the store. At least I can pay to win myself into a good collection. Oh yeah. Oh, do it. Take my money. Oh, Riot. Take it, you dirty girl. Let's go. Common wild cards for 6. Oh, that's so cheap. This is so cheap. 60 cheddar coins. That's less than 1 human dollar. Oh my god. What a steal. With a price like that, I'd be stupid not to buy them. Okay, so my strategy right now. I'm gonna wait and see a little bit. I'm gonna wait this out. We're still at a pretty low rank. We're gonna hit plat. And then I'm gonna see what people are spending their resources on. You see, guys, the first person to blink fucking loses. You spend your resource first, you're gonna just get like, you blow your load on the first day, and then everyone is just gonna be hoarding their shit ready to counter your collection. Because it's not a game anymore, it's a meta game. You have to think, the resources are part of the game. The resources are part of the game here. Okay? We can't blow our load yet. As much as we want to. It's like getting a fat paycheck, and I say fat, but it's kind of like, you know, working at like Walmart or something. You get your paycheck and you need to stretch it. You need to work it until the end of the month. You know, you can't just blow it when you get it. You gotta be patient. You gotta wait on your resources. You gotta. What do you do to a nest egg? You sit on it, incubate it. You have to incubate your nest egg. I must invest. You guys don't understand. This is literally the same thing as investment. I am literally appreciating resource value as a function of time by not spending it. Okay? This is the strategy. I shit you not. Do not craft first. He who crafts first loses this meta. Okay? Invest, my friends. Invest. Okay? This you will lose short term to people that craft cards early, but then you will win long term. You will win long term. You will win long term by crafting counter cards to their meta, okay? And then the thing is, when someone is on an elusive deck and you craft like hardcore Jammet and spiders, the thing is, not only are you countering them, but they don't have enough resources to play any other decks, so they're fucked. They're stuck. They can't do a goddamn thing against you. You'll beat them on ladder, and then you'll beat the same person again. The system works.
The order rewards its faithful.
No.
Whee.
It's too late for you.
Is it like when your mommy and daddy give you a $10 bill and you save it for every week for a year and buy yourself a PS2 after a few months instead of getting snacks every day at school? Exactly. He's representing that he probably doesn't have Vile Feast there. I probably should open standalone. It's sort of a weird spot. I think I'm pretty okay taking an open standalone here. Black Spear is like one thing that punishes this, but I think that's okay. Yeah, if he's got Black Spear, then it punishes the open standalone. Did Riot say anything about updates or nerfs or anything? Lol. Elusives was on their watch list before this patch got launched. We don't know when any nerf might happen. I mean, it's very arguable what degree of nerf they need. Like, some people argue that elusives are totally fine, except for Kinko Lifeblade, and maybe like one other card needs to be nerfed. And honestly, that could very easily be true. I'm not sure. There's a large range of like arguments about like what should be done. The only thing I know is that at least some minor things should be done. I think Dawn Speakers is actually good here. This looks fun.
Move hearts and armies.
I can like block the Z or something like that. How do you nerf Kinko? Numbers. I mean, you could make this cost 5 if you wanted. You could make it have like less stats, the same way you nerf any card. Okay. Since he develops another thing before attacking, I'm pretty happy to just play the duo here, I think. The duo doesn't really trade into very much. It's definitely early to blow our load with back-to-back. But we do want to start saving spell mana for it, so this spell mana I think is going to be fine. I think, yeah, I would rather just play Tracker here. This looks good.
We go as one.
You cannot escape.
Our word is our bond.
So it would basically look like, oh. I can take a bit more than that. I can go down to 13. It's fine to me. And good thing he's playing this Elise card. Ah. Who thought of not putting Reach in the game? A 4-mana 2/3 fly lifelink dominating the meta doesn't feel right. Somewhat, yeah. I mean, I do think that lifelink is also really good in this game as well. I don't know. Reach. It does feel like elusives might need more specific of a counter. So I'm very down to add something like Reach to the game. Like I agree with that. Why don't you use Shen? I was thinking about potentially running something like Shen. I don't think I end up liking it long term here though.
Our allies did not fall in vain.
Hang
This
on,
works.
Buzzball.
Hey, step lightly.
They cannot hide.
Whee! I mean, I'm not gonna let him sacrifice his board. I don't want to let him like play any units if I don't need to. So, I don't know. I think attacking with this tracker is probably just bad. I don't really think that Zed is really doing anything, actually. I mean, I'm not really scared of it. I can just block it next turn anyway. He has a completely full board that I don't want to let him trade off. So, I'll just do this. Okay, he's at 2. We have back-to-back lifelinks. I will say that the thing about this deck is, yes, its win rate is usually a function of how many life blades you draw. Like, we had like 6 games in a row yesterday where I think we went like 3-3 in a 6-game block, and that was because we drew like life blade like once in those 6 games. Like we were getting like crazy wins, and then we stopped drawing life blades and we were getting lost. I do think life blade is kind of the crazy part of this combo, basically. Like, this is barely lethal already.
I sense fear. Who will stand with us?
So we're playing around. Am I in? It's such a ridiculously dominant position that I'm playing around the triple Mark of the Isles hand. It's so rare that he has that, but I think it's kind of my only lose condition, right? I mean,
Hold up.
aren't they just fine? Okay, let's play around the triple Mark of the Isles hand. Seems good. Sustain just wins you games you have no business winning. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, Lifeblade is definitely like one of the bigger problems here for sure. Probably the biggest problem. Probably the biggest problem. Yes.
These are dangerous lands.
Is he on like Ruination? The sad thing is he still loses the Ruination too. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna basically sit on this deck. I'm gonna sit on the Elusives deck until more people okay, so here's my strategy. The resources of this deck everyone just weekly roll over it into new resources. And now Elusives have been meta for like 3 days now. Like 2.5 or 3 days. And now everyone's countering Elusives.
Basically 1/8 game.
And I'm gonna
Freeze
wait.
range
I'm gonna
blocks.
wait on my tool. I'm gonna wait on my resources until that happens, and then I'm gonna craft the counter to that. And the funny thing is when you understand what is happening in this dynamic, it's the same exact thing as when I'm in game with Elusives and I'm holding Deny in my hand. This is Deny. You guys have to understand, the strategy I'm implementing in my economy of ladder is the same as just holding Deny. I'm just holding my card, and I'm just waiting. And I'm just waiting. And then we're gonna get in there. In like, maybe like a day or two, we will have the Deny to the meta, okay? Alright? No reason to craft anything yet. We will wait for them to act first. That's how Deny works. That's why Deny works well with this deck. Deny is an aggro tool. I think a very, very common misconception is deny is like a control tool. It's not. You can use it in control, and it's not bad, but it is fundamentally like an aggro or mid-range tool because it counters spells, and spells counter units, right? So you occupy the board in units that can't get interacted with apart from deny, and then you just sit on your deny, right? So I force a situation where my opponent must play a very specific thing, and I'm holding the only thing that counters that. The only thing they can do is craft a counter to this, and the only thing I have to do is just sit on my resources and wait. And wait. Ty's running Purify. I was thinking about putting Purify in this list. I might slot it in. Ionia. We got a champ cap. Right? Oh, I thought that was full. Oh, that was weird. Is that a visual bug? All we have to do is wait. That's all we have to do. But what if someone waits longer than you and crafts the counter to you? Then they win. Like, I think that's fine. It's the same thing as on ladder, right? You have to understand, there is a system here. It's the same thing as what is happening in, like, classic aggro triangles in card games. When you have, like, aggro, mid-range beats aggro because they go a little slower. Control beats mid-range because they go a little slower, but aggro beats control because they go much faster. So the thing you have to understand about that dynamic is the amount of people running aggro. Aggro being the strategy where you use your resources right away will effectively keep control out of my meta. So I'm playing mid-range. I'm playing the thing that happens 2 days later. Anyone playing control, which is 4 days later, I'm not talking literally about deck types here. I'm using them as an analogy, okay? Like, aggro is the strategy of crafting resources right away. Mid-range is the strategy of crafting the counter in 1.5 days, and control is in 3 days or more, right? But if you spend your resources in 3 days or more, you will get countered by the aggro because so many people are running aggro. So it's a good time to play mid-range in this environment, right? What that means, basically, is that anyone who is sitting on their resources for 3 days won't have as much of an opportunity to queue into me, the mid-range player, because by that point, I should be ranked higher than them on average. Because they will get eaten by the aggro decks, and they will see less of me, and I will see less of them, okay? That's the strategy we're employing here. So we stay on elusives for now, boys. I've mapped this all out. This is the strategy. Why would we go from elusives? Why would we get off? You want to be 1 step ahead, not 2 steps ahead? Exactly, IR Series Cat. It's the same exact system. Aggro, mid-range, control. You want to be a little bit slower or a lot faster. And because so many people are automatically doing aggro, it's like rock, paper, scissors in a meta where you just like, it's a given that everyone just has, you know, a psychological bias 60% towards choosing rock, right? It's like, yes, it is skewed on the spectrum. And right now, everyone is just so thirsty to craft new decks because we've been blue balls for so long. Everyone is so thirsty to craft these new decks. They can't control themselves. They have no delayed gratification. You understand? You understand? But you and I, my friends, we have delayed gratification. We do. And we will delay our gratification so fucking hard. I'm gonna delay my gratification into set 2.